is Challen with your FTW moment, and I want to do a short follow-up on my last video, when I talked about can kids grow up in an environment without technology, and I would say it's a resounding yes, as long as the parents are, have all their balls in one bag, and understand how to network and expose their kids to community without spoiling them. I also wanted to talk about, at least just to give you an isolated example about how technology can be overrated at times. Now, when I started in the electronics industry as a layout design engineer, I went to school back in 1989 when they did not use any kind of technology to teach that class. It was a class, well, I think it was like a 8-month school, not a single computer. We did all the drawings old school on Mylar, which is like a film sheet, and we did all of our drawings on paper. And especially in this particular discipline, this field, that ability to think through things in your head is quite valuable, and you don't get quite as much of that spatial training when you have to do everything on a computer screen. When you have to be much more deliberate when you practice drawing it by hand. And at the time, it was pretty much understood that you don't know which company you're going to, so therefore you don't know which tool that company is going to be using. And it's given, I think even in the industry now, after so many years, 25 years, you're still expected to learn the tool once you get to your job. If you understand the fundamentals, the academic fundamentals, you don't necessarily have to be a hotshot at any particular tool. You can learn that, and any decent tool you can pick up. In this case, in my industry, you can pick it up within a couple months and be pretty much fully productive, more or less. And you just need to build up the project leading knowledge and all that. But that's just an example of how we can't, and more we can't get away from our kids being exposed to technology in school, because as the schools start rushing to adopt technology at a younger and younger age, if you're in the public school system, it could be that you just can't avoid it. But but I just wanted to give you sort of the flip side, in that if your kids aren't being formally schooled, I mean, if they're getting a good schooling, but but they don't happen to be exposed to a lot of technology, I wouldn't worry about it. A lot of time, personally, if our schools weren't adopting it, we live in a pretty affluent area, so the schools want to adopt this technology stuff, and we live with it now. But in reality, does your first, second, third grader really need to be doing technology? I mean, the ball's out of my hand there, but in my experience, in a profession that I've been exposed to over 25 years, there's a lot you need to know without even touching a bind key, okay? So it's just to give you some balance and understanding, how really important is learning technology in the building a foundation. And you make your own judgment from this and in your own experience. So this is Challen with your FTW moment, and I'll see ya on the next video.